All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we're going through Proverbs 8, verses 10 through 11. Let's get it. Take my instruction instead of silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all that you may desire cannot compare with her. We've talked about this before in Proverbs where knowledge is better than money. So we're not touching on that one again. What I want to get at is the fact that wisdom and truth is better than all desire. It's not just better than money, but anything you desire. Like when we desire food, wisdom is better than our desire for food. When we desire intimacy, wisdom is better than that desire for intimacy. When we desire like everything that we desire, wisdom is better than that. And it literally says it right here. All that you may desire cannot compare with wisdom. So not only is wisdom better than each individual desire, but if you take the sum of all your desires and you put it up against wisdom, wisdom is still better. That's the blanket interpretation of it. I mean, it can't get much more simple than that. So, what's the entrepreneurial application of this? Well, when I was thinking about kind of wisdom and what truth is in business, I was like, the essence of business is to provide meaningful service. And so, when you think about why people get into business, maybe they have a desire for money, to satisfy their ego, to get some status, to be employee of the month, all of that perishes in the face of that true essence of business and the kind of core tenets of wisdom in business, where it's like, you know, when you put other people first, when you ask great questions and seek to understand the customer so you can fulfill the need that they have. And then when you fulfill that need better than anybody else, like that is just a great way to serve. For example, if I need to just solve a problem for somebody in my daily life, I would ask questions to understand the problem. I would put that person first, and then I would try to be the best at solving that problem using all the resources I have at my disposal. And if you do that in business and then you simply ask for money in return, you typically get it if you are the best at solving the problem and you ask enough people enough questions. So, when I put it like that, business to me and the true essence of business is going to trump that desire for money, ego, status, or employee of the month. And then you ask the question, why are so many business people still doing business after they're worth 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, 50 million? They have more money than anybody would ever need for the rest of their life. It's because business and the fulfillment that they get from the service of business trumps that desire for ego, money, status, employee of the month. And for some people, it doesn't. For some people, they haven't gotten to the status point yet. They haven't gotten to the ego fulfillment yet. They haven't gotten enough awards yet. But as they do get more awards, as they do get more money, they're going to come to the point where they're going to realize that the essence of all this is service. And that's going to be what fuels them. Right. And so, where has this shown up in my life? The more I get to my true self, the less my distracting desires have power. So, we were talking about wisdom and truth is better than all desire. In entrepreneurship, you people usually start because they want more money, they want this, they want that, they want this, that, and the other, right? And they get down to it, they realize the essence of business is service. And when you start to focus on that, businesses really start to grow and people start to feel more fulfilled, right? Well, the more I get to my true self, the more I've realized I just have an honest desire to serve. That's what I want to do. And the more I stay in touch with that desire to serve, the less my distracting desires are going to have power. And the reason, you notice I said desire to serve, it's not even a desire. It's like a purpose. It's like a mission. It's like an extension of myself. Like I have a desire for food, but like I was put here to serve. It's not that I desire to serve. It's like it's an extension of the love that I have received and am called to give. So it's more than just a desire. It's like a command. It's like obedience. It's like a purpose, right? And so, the more I get in touch with that and the more I hold that up, the less stuff makes me waver, like fear, a desire to protect myself, right? Or lust, a desire for intimacy, or money, a desire to protect myself, a desire to provide for myself, a desire for control. all those desires perish when it's like, I need to serve people. And these people are counting on me to serve them. So where do I want this to show up in my life? I want to have every moment of my life be focused on that because I'm not perfect. Fear still gets the best of me. All these desires still get the best of me at points in time, right? And at other points, they don't. But if every moment could be focused on serving others, every moment could be holding up that unconditional love that I experience and extending it to others, that'd be a beautiful life, right? And then I want to act like the people I'm called to serve are watching my life, every moment of it, knowing I have the capability to help them. Then the question is, would they think I'm squandering my time or would they think I'm doing my absolute best to love them, hold them up, and support them in the way that they know I can and that I know I can and that God has put me here to do? That's the question. And if I feel like those people are genuinely watching me, I know that God is watching me, and I keep that in mind every moment, how would my actions change? How would your actions change? So when we're thinking about how you can apply this to your life, get authentic. Don't judge your desire, but question what true part of yourself it points to. So you notice when I mentioned fear, it was a desire to protect myself. Well, I wouldn't say being protected is a bad thing. Like God does protect us, right? When it was like a lustful desire, right? It was a desire for intimacy. And I wouldn't say a desire for intimacy is a bad thing, right? Like we're called to be intimate with God and intimate with one another. When it was a desire for money, it was for control or to protect yourself. And God has complete control and says he will use that control for our good. And he also put community here so we can bear burdens together, so that we can go through those burdens together and feel the love during the long suffering, right? And so every maladaptive trait you have has a desire behind it, and that desire has a very true part of you behind it. Get in touch with that true part of you, get authentic, don't judge that true part of you, and then figure out how to express that true part in a constructive way. So actually seek intimacy, seek a closer relationship with God, seek to be in better community and bear burdens. Seek to create a space where people can come because if you have that desire, you know other people have that desire. So create a space where you can help people fulfill that desire that they have and express themselves in their most authentic way. Because as we get more and more authentic, we get closer and closer to that point where all we want to do is serve and love people because that's who we truly are. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. You can apply this to your life by getting authentic and not judging your authentic self. Just let yourself express. And there's gonna be it's a process. I'm still going through it. Most people are still going through it. So yeah, just be patient with yourself, trust yourself, and get authentic. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.